Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Corey Lee Field in Peabody, named after a terrific gentleman who was deeply involved in Peabody athletics, but especially Peabody football. Outstanding gentleman. And it was only fitting they named the field after him. English in the all-white, Peabody in the blue. They haven't played in a while. This game is important for the Bulldogs. They can guarantee themselves a winning season and give themselves a little bit of a push going into Thanksgiving Day, taking on arch rival Glasgow. Peabody's only won a couple this year. English is 5-4. They lost a couple of really tough games. The tournament, in the tournament, they lost a very tough game. One of the losses they had was to undefeated Revere by 2 points in overtime. English is going to get the football first. We're almost set for football here at Corey Lee Field. The ROTC guard will walk out the colors, and we'll have the national anthem, and we'll get set for football. Young men from Peabody High School. Outstanding young guys that do a terrific job. They work very hard, put a lot of time, effort, and energy into what they do, similar to the ROTC from Lynn, the Lynn schools. So we'll have the anthem, and we'll be ready for football. I apologize, I didn't get the name of the Peabody student who did a nice job with the anthem. The ROTC will march off and we'll be set. It's hard to believe this is the very last game before Thanksgiving. The season has flown by. All four Lynn schools made the playoff round. and each got knocked off. The only Lynn school left is Kip. So as I mentioned, English will get the football first. Joe Swanton will get his foot into it, and we'll be underway. And it's going to go out of bounds. So English has the choice. They can take it, I believe, at the 35. Last game they put the ball at the 34 for some reason. Or they can have Peabody kick it again. But it appears as though English is going to take the football. And they put it at the 35. And that's where English will put it in play. Maggs is the quarterback. Jesse Maggs, the sophomore. He's had some outstanding moments. They run it straight ahead with Omosefi. And they go back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. I mentioned English had some very close games. Peabody as well. Coach Betancourt has been frustrated a few times in games that they were in and either turned it over or unable to score it in key moments. Maggs keeps, now pitches. That's Fowler with the carry. They give him 4 to the 39. 3rd and 6 from the 39. Actually, we missed it down. So it's 4th down. I apologize for that. I was asleep at the wheel. Low snap. The kick is away. And it takes a little bit of a Peabody bounce. Peabody's going to get very good field position. They're going to put it at the Peabody 48-yard line. Baraka is the quarterback. From the eye. They run straight ahead for a couple. That's Paulino. They sneak it into English territory at the 49. They give him 3. 2nd down and 7 for the Tanners. Coach Betancourt, Peabody's a workhorse. He coaches football, he coaches baseball, and he's got 2 daughters who are very good softball players. He coaches both of their AAU teams. Off the right side, Maglione. Gets to the 42. He picked up 7. Boy, they need an inch for a first down. They're about a stripe of a football away from a first down. They send wideouts either side, off the right side, getting to about the 36 is Maglione. They put it at the 36. So the first down of the game is picked up by Peabody. And they're on the move. Two wideouts to the near side, one to the far side. They go out of that spread. Coming to the near side. Omosefi made the tackle. They lose a yard. So second down and 11. They go back to the I formation. They try to run it straight ahead with O'Hara. He gets 2. It's going to be third down and 9 from the English 35-yard line. Peabody makes a host of changes. Third and 9 from the 35. Opening series for Peabody. They shut English down. 3 and out. Maraca dropping back. Drops the screen pass off. Polino makes the catch. He's got room. Splits the defense. And gets in the just inside the cone for the touchdown. He had a host of blockers out in front. He ran by a couple of defenders. And Peabody gets on the board first. Maraca, the quarterback, a little dump off to Angel Polino. 35 yards on the play. 52 yards in 6 plays. Peabody grabs the lead, and Swanton will look for the extra point. And he boots it through. So just like that, Peabody grabs a 7-0 lead. And for the second time, almost very quickly, Swanton will kick off for the Tanners. So the bad news is Peabody's jumped on top quickly. The good news is there's a lot of football left to play. I don't think these teams get to play baseball either with that funny Northeastern Conference schedule. The kick is away at the 26-yard line. And a pretty good return out to the 40-yard line. Omosefi. He put it down at the 39. So they're 4 yards better than their second start, field-wise. Not score-wise. They hustled their last player out quickly. Motion coming to the near side. They flip it to the motion man. That's Fowler. Turns the corner, has some room. Hit from behind as he gets into Peabody territory. Nice job by Fowler. To the Peabody 41, the first down for the Bulldogs. 21 yards. Fowler's gone back to where he was last year as a wideout. He was the quarterback most of the year. Maggs is stepping in. What a job he's done. Here's O'Fury. 35, maybe the 34. We'll call it the 35 and give him 6. Second down and 4. So English on the move, trying to get back into it, trailing 7-0. Maggs looking deep, lets it fly. Incomplete, looking for Fowler. Third and 4. Maggs is only a sophomore. He's hit some big games. He's thrown for a few touchdowns this year. O'Fury trying to go straight ahead, not going anywhere. Piled up and pushed back. Ran into a few blue shirts. Back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. So it brings up a 4th down. They need 4. And you're not going to punt from here, I wouldn't think. They double the wideouts to either side. They're going to knock him down. McCarthy with the sack. So English looked like they were moving the football. They turn it over. And Peabody again gets pretty good field position at their 43-yard line. They go to the spread. Motion. They give it to the motion man, turning the corner. Trying to step up inside. Got probably around 5. Colby Therian. Second down and 5. Three wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. The keep. Maraca gets it into English territory. He picked up 3. Third down and a couple. And now Danisco was now the quarterback as they put double wideouts to either side. The flip out made a nice little move to get away from the defense. Looked like they might have him. Terry made a nice little shake and big move to get away from the would-be tackler. And Peabody's on the move again. They picked up 10 to the 39. First and 10. Leading 7-0, looking for more. Double wideouts to either side. Danisco with the pitch. And not going very far. Wes Chandler and Shea Palmer combined for the stop. No gain on the play. Second and 10. So Maraca threw the touchdown shovel pass to Polino. Now they change up, and it's Danisco in at quarterback. Three wideouts to the near side, one to the far side. The keep by Danisco. Nice fake. Virtually handed it to Polino, took it back. It gets down to the 31. So he picked up 8 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 2. He virtually handed that to Polino at the last second. He just took it away and ran straight to the goalpost. Picked up 8. So 3rd and 2. That looked like Peabody moved. A little late whistle. I thought they moved before that. And it's going to cost Peabody 5. So they'll move it back to the 36. Danisco brings the play back to the huddle. So instead of 2nd and 2, it's 2nd and 7. Oh, excuse me, 3rd and 7. Danisco looking to throw over the middle, wide open with the catch. Right down the middle. Declan Russell gets it to the 12-yard line. Perfect throw by Danisco. 24 yards and a first down. They're 3 for 3 passing. From the 12. Coming to the near side. Walking in. Vincent O'Hara walks in. Kick is good. So they had to go 62 to get 57 with that penalty, but they do it. And all of a sudden, it's Peabody 14-0. They've gone over 100 yards of offense. And they've kind of shocked the Bulldogs here. 57 yards in 7 plays. They overcome the penalty. Ran for 28, passed for 34. The big play, the 24-yard pass play to Russell. at the 19-yard line. And they're going to get back shy of the 30. That's Brathwaite. They gave him the 20. I said O'Hara for the touchdown. It was actually Cam Kuzi. They got 3 number 4s on the roster. I gave the wrong one. O'Fury with the carry. Breaks a tackle. He's loose down the sideline. They just get an ankle and knock him down. Quickly out to the sideline. He was barreling down that far side. He gets it down to the 14-yard line. "66 yards on that carry. Homer Sheffy gets a couple to the 12. They give it to O'Fury again off that left side, just feeling his way along, carries people with him into the end zone. So that was a Sam O'Fury drive. "80 yards in 3 plays. O'Fury picked up 78 of them. He's already closing in 100 yards. Tyler Drynan, outstanding kicker. Makes it 14-7. So English claws their way back in. So it'll be English kicking it off. Thanks to O'Fury, English is going over 100 yards rushing. Drynan will kick it off. English cuts into that 14-0 lead, makes it 14-7. And they kick a little ground ball. Peabody actually picked it up before it went out of bounds. They were running away. They were running back downfield, and he picked it up, running away, and carried it out of bounds. They still get it at the 34-yard line. This is their worst start at their 34. They started at their own 43, and they started at their own 48. They double the wideouts to either side. Polino with the carry. Gets across the 40 to about the 42. They give him 8 on the play. This is what coaches dream about. 2nd and 2. 2nd and 1. You like those short downs. You don't like to go long spaces. And that might have been the last play. And that was the last play. You never know if the scoreboard is correct or not. So we're through the first period. Peabody got on the board quickly, 14-0. Running and throwing. English with the running of O'Fury cut into that 14-0 lead. Motion coming to the near side. They fake the motion man. They give it to Polino. He's hit in the backfield. He manages to get back to the line of scrimmage somehow. They had him for a loss. He got back to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd and a couple. They have a wing to the far side. The keep by the quarterback. Actually, it was a little wildcat snapping at the Therian. He gets to the 48 for a first down. At the 48-yard line. Peabody on the move again. They got a first down. And Therian again. Pettencourt digging deep into his bag of tricks. Giving everybody a shot. I'm going to call it midfield. The ball's just inside. 2nd and 8 from there. Now they go back to Danisco at quarterback. And Therian goes out as a wideout to the far side. So Bettencourt using everybody here. Polino with the carry. Turns the corner, gets loose, gets a first down, and a lot more inside the 40. To the English 37, he picked up 13 and a first down. So Peabody moving the ball again. They scored on their first 2 possessions. They're trying to make it 3 for 3. The 2 wideouts come to the near side this time. And Peabody moved again, I think. That's going to cost them 5. So it'll be 1st and 15. Again, those new rules this year. You don't have to make contact. If you break the plane, or the ball is snapped or not, you're offside, or you're in motion. And they mark the penalty off. You don't have to make contact. Once you step into that neutral zone, even if you get back before the ball is snapped, cost you 5. Again, the 2 wideouts come to the near side. Danisco looking to throw. Out to the near side, hit almost immediately by Fowler. Falling forward for a yard or 2 is Vecchio. They picked up 5. They got the 5-yard penalty back. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Quick out to Vecchio, but as soon as he caught it, Fowler was right there, making the contact. Fowler does it on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. The 2 wideouts go to the far side this time. The keep by Danisco, he's piled up, runs into one of his own players, manages to fall forward for pretty good yardage. He tried to go to the left, he ran into one of his blockers. Instead of losing yards, he picked up 3. So it's going to be 3rd and 7. I would guess that we're in 4-down territory here. English coming, and a great job. You could see him. Jeffrey Gordis was hesitating. The ball was snapped. He just blew in and hit Therian in the backfield. And they lost 6. From here, they might punt. Although they're leaving. Didn't this go in? They need 14. And they punt from this. So Bedcourt's showing everything here. And they're going to down it. They don't down it. They didn't get control of it. It goes in the end zone. The English got a break. Peabody is saying they had it, but they didn't down it. They couldn't get control of it. So when English gets a break, they'll get it at the 20-yard line. So they set up in the spread like they were going to go for it. Then let's go with the quick kick. Looked like it was going to be golden. But they just couldn't get a hold of it enough to down it. And English will get not great field position, but better than they would have had inside their 5. They get it at the 20. 14-7 Peabody. English's first trip here in the second period. They double the wideouts to the near side. Now, with people running around, I think Chris Carroll was looking, saying they had receivers running here and there. So he said, let's make sure we're all on the same page. We'll call a timeout. So when English finally shut Peabody down, they scored in their first 2 possessions. Outstanding defensive play by Jeffrey Gordles. Just blitzed in, nailed for a 6-yard loss, and Peabody had to punt it away after they scored in their first 2 possessions. So it's 14-7 Peabody. English will snap it for the first time here in the second period. O'Fury has 84 yards rushing. He went 66. Caught from behind, and then went 12 for the touchdown. O'Fury straight ahead. Short yardage. They give him 2 to the 22. O'Fury again. Gets a first down. Picks up 10 to the 32. He's closing in on 100 yards. Baggs finds the other O'Fury. Shake and bake move, gets a couple of extra yards across the 45. That's Jesse O'Fury. He's only a freshman. 14 yards and a first down. So English on the move. They go to the other side. That's Fowler with the catch. Into Peabody territory. Peabody 44. They picked up 10 and a first down. Back to back to back first downs. O'Fury straight ahead. Gets it to the 30-yard line. 14 yards and a first down. That gives him 100 yards. Four straight first downs. Baggs looking long in the end zone. Fowler made the catch, but he was out of bounds. What a great catch by Fowler. Second and 10. Just over 5 minutes left in this first half. Eagles trying to get back in it. They trail by 7. O'Fury off the right side. Feels his way along. Breaks a couple of tackles. Stays on his feet. Into the end zone for a touchdown. Boy, if you don't hit him properly, he's not going down. He picks up 30 more. He's got 130 yards. And we got just about 5 minutes left in the first half. That's a crisp 80-yard drive in 7 plays. "42 of them picked up by O'Fury on the ground. Dryden will try to tie it up. Eagles had 3 first downs prior to this drive. They now have 8. They got 5 first downs, 4 of them. Back to back to back to back. They missed a pass, then they ran another first down. They picked up 5. They got 8 first downs. Dryden kick just snuck over the crossbar. He kind of got a piece of the turf as well as the ball, but he got enough of it to get it over the crossbar. And we're right back where we started. The only difference is the English will be kicking off to Peabody now. So English answers back. Peabody scored 14 in a row. English scores on their last 2 possessions, a 70-yard drive and an 80-yard drive. O'Fury doing all the damage. Picking up 130 yards. He gets his second touchdown. Dryden kicks his second extra point. And we're dead even, and Dryden will kick it off. He kicks a little squibber. And Peabody's going to get pretty good field position. David Canella picked it up at the 40, gets it to the 45. Peabody's got pretty good field position at their 45. So 1st and 10 for the Tanners, as it's now back to an even game. They go under center. They run straight ahead. The ball goes to the ground, but Peabody grabbed it. Peabody was able to fall on it. The saving grace was Porcella falling on it at the 48. That was Kuzi, I'll say Kuzi or Cuzzy. Both ways, hope I get it right. Second and 7. It's C-U-Z-Z-I. So it's either Kuzi or Cuzzy. The 2 wideouts go to the far side, and this I is Morocco's back at quarterback. Off the left side, Polino finds a hole and gets a first down. Picked up 8. Coming to the near side, Therian finds some room, gets around the corner for a nice run. Is it coming back? Yep, it is. There's a flag back at the 44. So that'll push it back Peabody side of the 50-yard line. Turns out to be a 12-yard penalty. Because now those penalties are not from the line of scrimmage, they're from the point of the foul. I thought the flag was at the 44, which was the original line of scrimmage. The pitch, Kuzi's running into trouble, trying to run out of it, is finally going to be wrestled down. He was trying to get around by everybody, and O'Fury and it wasn't O'Fury, it was Figueroa Marquez who finally wrapped him down at the 43. So he winds up losing a yard. They double the wideouts to either side. And Danisco is back in at quarterback. Now we're going to whistle. I think we're going to get a timeout. No, delay of game, we're going to get another 5 yards. I'll push it back to the 38. They need 28. Now Peabody's going to take a timeout. So Polino picked up a big first down at the English 44. Looked like they were moving the ball. And then Therian went around the corner. Looked like he had another first down. But that yellow flag popped up. Pushed them back to their own 44. Delay of game pushed them back a lot further. And they lost a yard on the nice defensive play by Phoenix Figueroa Marquez. And I got to say, this, again, it's a very young English football team. Most of these names that I've mentioned, including O'Fury, are underclassmen. They don't have a lot of seniors. Six is what they have, 6 seniors, as I look at the roster. They double the wideouts to either side from the spread. Polino in the backfield with Danisco. Fake. They fake again. They throw it deep. Almost picked off. He can't believe he didn't catch that. Wes Chandler is looking saying, how did I not catch that ball? He was the only one there. They threw that one up for grabs. Chandler looked like a center fielder catching a fly ball. And he just couldn't hold on. Third and a very long way. Looking to throw. Long, deep, caught. In traffic. Peluso makes the catch. Is it coming back? It's coming back again. Against Peabody. This is the third penalty on this possession. And it's another big one. To the 22. Danisco dropping back. They throw the screen to Polino. He's got some room. Down the sideline. Inside the 35-yard line. That's similar to the play they ran for the touchdown, and they pick up a first down. They had the entire length of Highland Avenue to go. "46 yards on the screen pass. Looking to throw again. Caught and dropped. He reached back for that, had it, Therian. He tried to pull it forward and couldn't hold on. So it'll be 2nd and 10. But Peabody overcomes 3 different long penalties. Throwing again, down the middle, caught. They try to pitch it. Therian wisely held on, but they get a big first down. He tried to hand it to Prince. Peabody will take a timeout. They get down to the 11, 21 yards. 141 yards passing for Danisco. So 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Polino walks in. His second touchdown, he went left, took one step, and just ran straight to the end zone. They've gone over 200 yards. Swanton will look for his third extra point, and he drills it through. So once again, Peabody gets back on top. That huge screen pass on 3rd and half a mile. They picked up 46 yards. And then the 21-yard pass play to Therian. And then Polino runs it in from the 11. So Peabody's got almost 100 yards rushing, but they've got 141 passing. And there was another penalty against Peabody, probably for the celebration. And they're going to wind up kicking it off. Boy, talk about penalties. They're going to kick off from their 25-yard line. So English should get outstanding field position, especially with a run back. Swanton will kick it from the 25. So Peabody picked up a 5, a couple of 15s. Now they pick up another 15. They got almost as many penalty yards as they have rushing yards. Picked up at the 41-yard line. Omosefi gets it across the 45. So English has very good field position. They'll try to beat the clock. They're finally going to put it down at the 47 of English. So let's see what the Bulldogs do with this second period winding down. Double wide house to the near side, one to the far side. Here comes O'Fury. To the Peabody 44. Picked up 9. They give it to him again. Inside the 30. Picked up 15 in the first down. He's over 150 yards rushing. Nice catch on the outside by the other O'Fury, Jesse. He came back against the defender, leaned on the defender, and made the catch. To the 22. Picked up 7. And we'll get a quick timeout as English is trying to beat the clock. O'Fury has rushed for 154 yards. 2nd and 3 when we come back to football. As back and forth we go. Peabody had the biggest lead, 14-0. English ran 14 to get back into it at a tie game. Peabody just went down and scored, and they converted on a 4th down and forever on a 46-yard screen pass, the same pass play they ran for a touchdown, the first touchdown. Polino picked up the first down. So from the 22, O'Fury finds a hole, backs his way inside the 15. English spikes it. There's a flag on the play. Discussion now with the officials. What happens is, he was back in the spread and he just threw it into the ground, and that's intentional grounding. So they didn't mark any. They did. They marked it back to the 19. It's also a loss of down. Now we got a whistle. And that's different than the pros. If the official deems intentional grounding, whether you're in the box or not in the box. Just over a minute left. English trying to beat the clock. So if you roll out to the right, you're outside the box and you throw it away, it's still intentional grounding under the Federation rules. Not NCAA or pros, obviously. They look to the near side. Caught by Fowler. Caught it, went out of bounds to stop the clock at the 6. "13 yards. The ball is at the 6. First and goal. They give it to O'Fury. Bouncing away, walks in. He gets his 3rd. So English beats the clock. 53 yards in 6 plays. They've scored in their last 3 possessions. So English comes back to tie it once again. If Dryden can kick this through the uprights. And he does. English goes over 200 yards. Everybody's getting their money's worth here. And scoreboard clock was way off because that was the last play of the period. So English really did beat the clock. We're dead even at halftime. English keeps battling back. Peabody takes the lead. English keeps catching up. The difference is Peabody will get the ball to start the second half, as it's 21-21 at halftime here at So it was a barn burner of first half. Lynn English, 21 points, 241 total yards. Peabody, 21 points, 233 total yards. Both teams had 11 first downs. And the only difference now is we've shrunk it in regulation to 1/2 of football. The difference is now English will be kicking off to Peabody. Peabody kicked off to start the game. So English will kick it off here. Sam O'Fury has run for 168 yards and 3 touchdowns. Polino for Peabody has rushed for 43. He also caught that big pass. He got a touchdown for 35. And he caught that other pass for 46. So he's actually over 100 yards. It's a little squib kick. I think they're calling the illegal touch against English because the ball didn't get to the 50-yard line. They were looking for an onside kick. They thought they had the ball, and they're not going to get it. And Peabody's going to get very good field position. Can't touch it till it gets to the 50-yard line. So Peabody's going to have it right at midfield. English touched it before it got there. Now they move it back to the English 49. So Peabody has very good field position to start the second half at the English 49-yard line. They show yet another formation, and they had everybody moving. That's going to cost them more. Back to the Peabody 46, 1st and 15, and kind of a clean first period for Peabody. They had 1 penalty, but the second period, 4 huge penalties, and now they start the second half with another one. So there's 6 penalties so far on Peabody, mounting up. To keep Bytherian on that Wildcat, he managed to sneak by a couple. They had him. Looked like they were going to stop him. Instead, he gets it into English territory. I'm going to call it the 46 and give him 8. Actually, I guess we can call it the 45 and give him 9. So 2nd and 6, they go back to the I formation now. And not going anywhere. Angel Barrett rode Kuzi down. So 3rd and long as they go back to the 46. They need 7. Barrett just broke in and rode on the back of Kuzi down for a yard loss. They fill the backfield now with Danisco. They dropped the ball. Polino picked it up. And he's going to wind up losing a yard. They're lucky they lose a lot more. And that wasn't Marisco. That was Maraca at quarterback. So call it no gain. They were lucky. It brings up a 4th down. And they're going to kick it away. So it looked like they were moving it. Now they're giving it up. Fielded inside the 20. Fowler with a nice return. I'm sure he gave Chris Carroll Elsa's catching that football down around his ankles. But he gets it pretty good field position for the Dogs. I'm not sure what the discussion is by the officials on the far side. They're still discussing it. Now we'll find out. Personal foul against Peabody. Another penalty against Peabody. So we're going to get decent field positions at 39. Now they're going to get even better field position at the Peabody 46. O'Fury in the backfield with Maggs. They double the wideouts to the near side, followed by himself to the far side. They give it to O'Fury straight ahead. Got about 4. I remember way back in the first period I said he was closing in on 100 yards. Well, now he's closing in on 200 yards. Maggs in trouble. Slips away. Throws it downfield, incomplete. Did a nice job not losing yardage. But it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6. Quick out to Fowler. Should be enough for a 1st down. They needed 6, they got 8. So English on the move, trying to get their first lead of the ball game. High snap. O'Fury gets hit right at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, we'll slow down a little bit with that high snap. And we got a Peabody player down. It's been back and forth, ebb and flow. Peabody got out quickly to a 14-0 lead, scoring on their first 2 possessions. English finally got it going. O'Fury with a big 56-yard run, and then he went 12 for the score to get English back within 1. And then O'Fury did it again, going 30 to get them back even at 14. And after Peabody was 3rd and half a mile, the screen pass to Polino got them a 1st down. A pass to Therian got them to the 11. And then Polino ran it in from the 11. And it looked like Peabody was going to take a 21-14 lead into the locker room, but they celebrated the touchdown. They had a kickoff from the 25-yard line. English got good field position at their 47. Took them 6 plays. They beat the clock. O'Fury picked up 38 of them on the ground. He went in from the 6 for the touchdown. And he just beat the clock and made it 21-21 at halftime. Peabody looked like they were moving the ball a little bit, but then a big-time play defensively by Angel Barrett shut them down. They had a kick, and now Fowler with a nice return. Yet another penalty against Peabody, and then a nice catch by Fowler for a 1st down. And we have it 2nd and 10 from the 34. Over the middle, it got tipped and almost picked off. Fowler was open, breaking across the middle, but one of the linebackers got a piece of it and tipped it away. So it'll be 3rd and 10. Actually, they gave O'Fury a loss of a yard on that play. So it's 3rd and 11. And we got a whistle. That's against, this time it's against English. That'll move it back to the 40. It's only the second penalty against English. Peabody has racked up a lot of penalty yards. Mag steps up, lets it fly long and deep, just beyond the reach of Fowler. Fowler just split 2 defenders to get open, and the ball was just about a yard or 2 long. So English will kick it away. Low snap, it goes right through the wickets. It doesn't make any difference who comes up with it. Back at the 35-yard line, it went right, a little ground ball went right through the kicker. All the way back to the English 35-yard line. They lost 25 yards on the play. They picked up 4 on the first down. And now Peabody moved. Yet another penalty. Now it's going to be 2nd down and 11. You can see that back kind of hesitating and leaning forward. Actually took a little bit of a half step. So yet another penalty. They give it to Therian, trying to turn the corner. And we got a flag on the play. Holding against Peabody. It's refused. Overthrown. Actually, it was accepted. He said refused, but they took it. The 9th penalty. All the way back to the 49-yard line. 3rd and 24. 9 penalties against Peabody. 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Rolling, looking, dump it off, caught. Won't be anywhere near a first down as Russell makes the catch. Peabody will kick it away, I think. They picked up 6. So English kind of bit the bullet there on that bad snap that cost them 25 yards. It didn't hurt. Peabody kicks it away at the 13-yard line. Fowler just missed getting loose. But we're still tied at 21. The Eagles will be stuck at their 19-yard line. Peabody's got to be shaking their heads with all these penalties. Well over 100 yards. Motion. They give it to Fowler. Gets a first down. Out across the 30. They put it at the 30 for 11 yards and a first down. Omosefi. Put it at the 35. He picked up 5. They lose a yard. Third and 6. Caught. Fowler with the catch. Out to the 41. They got 7. And another first down. Omosefi to the far side, gets pushed back after a couple of yards. They give him 1 to the 42. 2nd and 9. They double the wideouts now to either side. Motion coming to the near side. Rolling. Incomplete. I don't know if that was tipped or if he thought that Fowler was going to cut it off and cut inside. Peabody was the only team near the football. 3rd and 9. Rolling to the near side. Lets it fly. Caught. Fowler with another catch. They give him 8 to midfield. And they got 4th and a yard. Less than a yard. They need less than a yard. I think it's Fowler going to be the quarterback, and they're going to go to the double wing. And now we're going to get a timeout. English with huge play here in the third period. It was English who called the timeout. The last time they tried to punt, they snapped the ball, ground ball that bounced by the kicker and wound up a 25-yard loss, but English bailed out. They shut Peabody down. Actually, Peabody shut themselves down with 2 big penalties. Number 8 and 9 against Peabody in the game for well over 100 yards. And now English needs about half a football for a first down. They're just shy of the 50-yard line. They get just across the 50-yard line, inches. From the double wing. Quarterback sneak by Fowler. He's got it. Didn't get much, didn't need much. They gave him 2 to the 48. That's O'Fury getting back in the swing of things. He picks up 8. They stay in that double wing. They give it to O'Fury again. Second, third effort gets him a first down. They give him 4 on a first down. So English staying in that tight double wing. Omasefi takes it off the left side. Tucks his head. Barrels inside the 30. Third and 3 from the 29. Third period running down. English trying to get their first lead. And they're going to cost 5. Both running backs took off. One went forward, one went in motion. So now it's going to be 2nd and 8. Very hard to take down. They had him. He just put people on his back and carried him. He gets the 5 yards back. So they need 3. Fowler with a quarterback sneak. Close to first down yardage. Depending where they spot it, he's either got it or he's a yard shy. They put it at the 27, so they need a yard. And that'll end the third period. So, first period we had no scoring. English is on the move, but we had no scoring in the period. We're still dead even at 21-21. .219 yards rushing. English on the move. The pitch to Fowler. In trouble, going to get knocked back. Lost a yard back to the 28. Fury goes forward and gets pushed back. Hags caught by Fowler inside the 20. To the 18. Picked up 9. Big fourth down coming up. It's going to be against English. That'll push it back to the 23. They let it fly, looking for Jesse or Fury. They're going to get a flag. This is going to be interference. Didn't play the ball. They bumped O'Fury, and Peabody's going to get another penalty. It looked like they shut English down. They were going to get the ball. Instead, English are going to get another shot. That's number 10. It winds up a first down. They put it at the 11-yard line. First and 10 from the 11. They go back to that double wing. O'Fury gets to about the 8. He picked up 3. Eagles over 190 yards rushing. Second and goal from the 8. And we got a whistle. We got a timeout. And Coach Betancourt is irate, and he just got a flag. They're trying to hold him back. He was going after one of the officials. He's irate. He's still screaming at the official. So Peabody's going to pick up their 11th penalty. It should be half the distance. Coach Betancourt out now again with the officials. He was irate. He came out on the field. He called the timeout, and he went after the officials, and they pulled him back. Otherwise, we might have had a really bad scene because he was just coming out charging. I don't know. I'm not saying he would have attacked the official, but I don't know if he could have stopped before he got to the official and maybe at least bumped him or knocked him over, because he was going full blast right at the official. And he was screaming. And it's against Peabody, unsportsmanlike. And that'll move it to the 4-yard line for a first down. Actually, move it to the 3-yard line. So it looked like Peabody had shut English down with the incomplete pass, but I don't think there was any question on the call. The defensive back was behind the receiver, Jesse O'Fury, and bumped him as he was trying to get the football. So I thought it was a very good call. And I'm not trying to be a homer. I would have said the exact opposite if I thought opposite. But they put the ball down at the 3-yard line, so it was a 5-yard penalty it turned out to be. But that's the 11th penalty against Peabody. The Eagles will come out in that double wing. Foul of the quarterback. They give it to O'Fury. They hit him. They stand him up. They give him the 1. At the 1-yard line. Fowler with the quarterback sneak. That was a little bit of a drive. "81 yards in 19 plays, helped out by a bushel of Peabody penalties. Illegal procedure against English. Eagles went over 300 yards of offense on this drive. Eagles ate up most of that third period as the kick pops through, trying in a perfect 4 for 4. And it's 28-21 English with their first lead of the ball game. English will kick it off. So Peabody, for the first time in the ballgame, finds themselves on the short end. They get out quick and led 14-0. English tied it up. Peabody went ahead. English tied it up. And now English with this long 19-play drive. Helped out by a couple of huge penalties when it looked like Peabody had shut them down. And then the big penalty on the sideline against the coach. Fowler sneaks it in. And English boots it away. At the 12-yard line. Coming to the near side. Good head of steam up. Nice return. Across midfield. Outstanding job. Frederick Coffey. To the English 47. "41-yard return. They sent 3 wides to the far side, 1 to the near side. English jumped, I think. And this was going to be dropped, but it looked like English was offside. Well, they didn't get it. English jumped offside. They wound up losing a yard. .301 yards for English. .252 for Peabody. Peabody was 3 and out. And 3 and out. In that third period. They only ran 6 plays. 2 of them were for a minus yard and a 0 yard. So English dominated that third period. They finally get on the board into the fourth period. They've eaten up some clock. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Pass is caught. It'll be close to first down yardage with the catch by Russell. They put it to 38. They picked up 10. So they need a long yard after they lost the yard in that first play. Now the 3 wideouts come to the near side. They didn't get it on that play. That was Kuzi with the carry. No gain on the play. So a very big play for Peabody right here. 4th down and a yard. Big play for English as well. I think they're going to go to that wildcat. Therian is going to take the snap, I think. Therian with the direct snap and just gets the 1st down. Neither one, he got 2. So Peabody has to score. They can't go down here and eat up a lot of clock here and not score. They have to get in. And then the question will be, will they go for a win or a tie? Direct snap again. Therian's got some room. Stays on his feet and he's going to walk in. He took the direct snap again with that wildcat, went down to the near sideline. When he got down just outside the 10, stopped, cut back inside, and went in for the touchdown. So here we go. 36 yards on the carry. I think there was a penalty against English on the play, but Swanton's going to look to tie it up. I don't believe it. We got another penalty against Peabody. And it's a big one. Wow, this is their 12th penalty. They've gone well over 100 yards in penalties. They move it back to the 18-yard line. Another 15-yard penalty. I don't know if that was for the celebration. So Swanton will look to kick this. This is a 40-yard extra point, 35-yard extra point. This is to tie the game up from the 25-yard line. It doesn't get there. It's no good. So English keeps the lead by a skinny point. Another barn burner for the Bulldogs. Let's see if Peabody tries an onside kick here. They took up some time here in this 4th period. So it's Baraka to Paulino for 35, made it 7-0 after the kick. Kuzi went 12 to make it 14-0 after the kick. English came back. O'Fury from the 10. O'Fury from 30, tied it up. Paulino went 11 to make it 21-14. O'Fury again, his 3rd, made it 21-21. Then that series of penalties, pass interference and the big one against the coach, put the ball at the 3. Fowler went in from the 1 to give English their first score. Now Therian on a great wildcat, took the snap, went 36 yards. English fans got excited. The 12th penalty against Peabody, moved it back for a 35-yard attempt on the extra point. They missed it, and Peabody still trails by a point. They boot it long. Fowler picks it up. And gets across the 35. So you're not going to see English do anything here except probably just give the ball to O'Fury. They're going to give him the 37. Past the halfway mark of this fourth period, English is going to stay in that double wing because Fowler is going to be the quarterback. And Peabody's going to have to stop him, get the ball back, and at least get somewhere close for Swanton to take a shot at a field goal maybe. But the big thing is they got to get the ball back. O'Fury, he just carries people with him. Picks up a couple. He needs 4 yards for 200 yards. Peabody has used at least one timeout because that was when Betancourt came out on the field and got the penalty. So they may have to start using some now. Fowler with the keep, turns the corner, gets a first down. That's a big play. Out to midfield, he picked up 11. He's over 100 yards catching and throwing. And we're going to Peabody play it down on the sideline. So 1st and 10 for English. Fowler gets it done. They move the change. They run some clock. Under 5 minutes left in the game. So that last series by English, the pass looked like Peabody shut them down. That long drive was going to be canceled. They hit Jesse O'Fury. Interference called. Gave English a first down. That put him at the 11. O'Fury carried one play to the 8. Then the penalty against the bench. Moved it to the 3. O'Fury got it to the 1. Fowler brought it in. Dryden, his 4 extra points are very big in this game. His foot is the difference right now. And Peabody went downfield. Therian, a great run, 36 yards. Kept them back within a point, but then they shot themselves in the foot again. They celebrated, got a 15-yard penalty, missed the extra point, and now Fowler with a very big 11-yard run gets a first down. Fowler has caught passes for 55 and run for 51. So he's over 100 yards, along with O'Fury close to 200. They stay in that double wing. O'Fury with the carry, gets about 5. That puts him over 200. That puts him at 201. Peabody's got to think about taking those timeouts. Second and 5 for the Dogs. That offensive line doing a very nice job. Fowler with the quarterback sneak. He's going to be about a yard shy of a first down. So he's rushed for 55 and caught passes for 55. Second down and a yard. English not in any big hurry. Peabody is 1 yard shy of 300 yards of offense. English needs a yard. Oh, Fury will get that and a little bit more. To the 37. He picked up 4. More importantly, he got a first down. English can run the clock. English trying to run out the clock and sneak out of here with a 28-27 win. Peabody with 12 penalties, well over 100 yards in penalties. Fowler with the quarterback sneak. His friends try to push him forward. Peabody will take a timeout. He picked up 2. English with 329 yards offense, 253 rushing. O'Fury 205 yards and 3 touchdowns. Fowler has rushed for 57 and caught passes for 55. The offensive line has done a job, especially on these last 2 drives. They went 81 yards in 19 plays. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Dogs. Peabody can stop the clock, I think, only one more time. So O'Fury's got 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. Fowler's got 57 and a touchdown. Backing his way inside the 30. Peabody will take another timeout. What a game by O'Fury. He got them going with that big 56-yard run, ended it with 12 yards. He picked up 12 yards before he went 30 for a touchdown. He picked up 32 before he went in from the 6 to tie it at 21. Helped him on that big drive. They ate up a lot of clock, a lot of yardage, 81 yards in 19 plays. Peabody didn't have a first down in that 3rd period. They went 3 and out both times. Now English has it 3rd and 2. Peabody can't stop the clock anymore. O'Fury bangs ahead for a first down. At the 25, he picked up 4. So English can just take their time and let the clock run out. They're going to guarantee themselves a winning season. They're going to give themselves a little momentum going into Thanksgiving against Classical, which should be a barn burner. 2 very good teams. You don't want to miss that one. But it's going to be a little easier bus ride home for English now, as they're going to sneak out of here with a 1-point win. Peabody is going to shake their heads. 12 big penalties as English is going to take a knee and run the clock out. So Peabody scored the first 14. O'Fury scored the next 2 touchdowns to tie it. Polino gave the lead back to Peabody. O'Fury got English dead even at 21. Then that sequence where they stopped English, they thought pass interference was called. It irritated the bench. It gave English a first down at the 11. A penalty against the bench, moved it to the 3. Eventually Fowler snuck it in from the 1. Drinan perfect with 4 extra points. Made it 28. And then Therian gave a life to Peabody. Went 36 yards after Coffey had a 41-yard kick return. He got them within 28-27, but then they shot themselves in the foot again, celebrating. They got a 15-yard penalty. They had to try the extra point from the 25-yard line, which is like a 35-yard field goal. It came up short, and that's the difference. 28-27 English, about to go 6-4. As they're running the clock out here, O'Fury will get 3 touchdowns. Rushes for 215 yards. Fowler runs for 57, catches passes for 55. He goes over 100 yards of offense. As English puts up 263 yards rushing. 339 yards of offense. And Peabody is going to shake their heads with 12 penalties that cost them dearly. Should have cost them more, except that long pass play got them out of a very long situation to get them their 3rd lead at 21. But they really killed themselves with penalties. And Peabody will have to look for Thanksgiving to pick up their 3rd win of the season. English will guarantee themselves a winning season. They're 6-4. A huge game for O'Fury, going over 200 yards, 215. Fowler with another big game. The offensive line did a job and helped out by 12 penalties against Peabody. So English on the front end, they sneak out with a 28-27 win over Peabody here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, Coley Lee Field. 28-27 English over Peabody. We hope you enjoyed it. As you see, the man of the hour, Sam O'Fury, walking off the field. 28-27 English. I'm Don Hoffman saying, we'll see you Thanksgiving.